Yo, what's up everybody, it's your boy LVS Void here, coming in with another episode of What If Naruto Was Satoru Gojo. So, last episode we talked about the Chunin exams and the finishing of the Land of Waves arc, and we finished last episode off talking about the Jiraiya's training for the 1 month time skip. I just want to say that if you're watching this video and you enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button to make sure you get notified when I release a new episode of this series and other series. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Due to the fact that Hayate Gekko, who was the last proctor of the Chunin exams, was murdered during the one month break, Genma is now the new proctor for the finals exams. The first match was Naruto versus Neji. In this fight, Neji would state that it is his fate to win against Naruto, with Naruto saying that fate doesn't exist, and if it does, he will control his own fate. Neji would activate his Byakugan, trying to find any weak points in Naruto's stance, and realize that his weak points everywhere, and he launches in for an attack, trying to use his palm techniques. As he's going in to strike Naruto, his hand is suddenly stopped, and he realizes that he can't hit Naruto. Neji continues to try and hit Naruto using 64 palms, one of the Hyuga's techniques, with the Hyuga clan leader seeing that Neji, with all of his attacks, can also not hit Naruto, activating his Byakugan and seeing that there is always a small amount of distance between Neji's hand hitting Naruto. Naruto, however, would be thinking that this is very boring, and then immediately knocks Neji out with a chop to the back of his neck. Winning the fight, Neji is put on a stretcher and taken to the nurse's office to get treated. The crowd roars for Naruto as he made the Hyuga prodigy look like he was nothing, and the crowd praises him for his prowess in the ninja arts. Naruto, again, this would boost his ego, believing that he is more now capable to be the strongest person in the village, with the entire village siding with him, saying that he is probably the strongest genin. The second match, which would have had Sasuke versus Gaara, would be moved to last, as Sasuke hasn't arrived from his training with Kakashi. Normally, because not being here would be disqualified, because of the crowd's love for the Uchiha clan, the third Hokage would move it and postpone the match for the last match. The third match, which was Shino and Kankuro, again, Kankuro would forfeit as he wants to keep his techniques secret. The fourth match, with Temari versus Shikamaru, would go to the same, with Shikamaru withdrawing from the match. When suddenly, Sasuke comes in with Kakashi, and for the final round, with Gaara versus Sasuke. The match would go the exact same, with Sasuke nearly beating Gaara and demonstrating the Chidori against Gaara that he learned from Kakashi. Naruto, who is intrigued by these techniques, would look closely and see that Gaara is getting more angry and angrier, releasing part of Shukaku in his half Shukaku form. After the fight is over, the Konoha crush would begin, with falling flowers or whatever it was, something falling from the sky, knocking out most of the people in a genjutsu. Naruto, however, would be unaffected by this, and Orochimaru would showcase that he was the Kazekage for Suna. With everything going to the original, Kankuro, Temari, and Gaara going into the woods to help release Shukaku for the village, to crush the village, Kakashi would inform Naruto Sasuke to go and to follow them and stop Gaara from releasing Shukaku. Naruto, saying that he could deal this by himself, immediately teleports where Gaara is and immediately kills him, not wanting to risk him releasing the Biju in the village, as it would cause major damage for the village. Temari and Kankuro are shocked and scared, as their brother, who they were very scared from, was killed in an instant, and the man who killed him didn't seem to be tired or didn't seem to think that it was difficult to kill him. With Naruto not seeing Temari or Kankuro as a threat to the village, he would leave them, for Sasuke is coming behind him and he notices him and leaves Sasuke to deal with Kankuro and Temari. Because Sasuke is not affected by the curse mark and wanting to kill them, he would instead tie them up, as they are still the children of the Kazekage, or the past Kazekage. With the fight with Orochimaru and the third Hokage, Naruto would be able to sense that there are massive chakra signatures, as Orochimaru has now used the summoning technique to revive both the first and second Hokage. Because Naruto, using a curse technique, can lock onto the third Hokage's chakra signature, or known as his cursed energy signature. Using this, as he's already defeated Gaara, who is the One-Tail's Jinchuriki, he would immediately teleport to where Hiruzen is. And because there already is a barrier up, because of Orochimaru's, I don't even remember what the team was called, but anyway, you know who the team is called, using the barrier, Naruto wouldn't be affected by the barrier and would instead just teleport right where Hiruzen is. Naruto, because of his intelligence and history learning during school, would immediately recognize who the first and second Hokage is, and Hiruzen, who would inform Naruto that they are now trapped inside, Naruto would say that he can take care of the first and second Hokage, while the third Hokage can take care of Orochimaru. Hiruzen, who does not fully understand Naruto's strength, but had heard quite a bit of it from Jiraiya, as Jiraiya was teaching and mentoring Naruto during the 1 month break, would agree to Naruto as he now knows the nature of infinity that Naruto possesses. A fight would happen with Naruto versus the first and second Hokage, with Naruto absolutely dominating the fight, with the first Hokage using many wood-style techniques and the second Hokage using water-style techniques. Nothing would hit Naruto, as he still has in his infinity. Naruto, much like the fight with Gojo and that lava guy, I don't even remember what he's called. Anyway, would absolutely dominate the fight, with absolutely no techniques hurting him, and none of them even touching him. With Naruto, who had also been testing out other techniques, like his domain expansion, would instantly teleport and defeat and kill the first Hokage and second Hokage over and over and over again, but would notice that every single time he does defeat or remove body parts of these undead people, they would immediately revive and regenerate. With the fight on the third Hokage and Orochimaru would be losing the fight, as the third Hokage was not tired or fatigued during his fight with the third Hokage, with the first and second Hokage, like the original, because he hasn't even fought them yet. With Orochimaru losing to the third Hokage, their fight would continue, as Orochimaru would continue to use his reviving techniques to continuously to spit himself out his mouth over and over again, and that fight would still continue. With the fight between Naruto and the first and second Hokage, the first Hokage and second Hokage would be impressed by Naruto's skills and ask if the infinity around him is a Kikigenkai. Naruto would confess that yes, it is a Kikigenkai, but he doesn't know which clan it's from, as he says he's Naruto Uzumaki. Hashirama, the first Hokage, would notice his last name being Uzumaki because of his wife, Mito Uzumaki, and would say that there is no such type of Kikigenkai in the Uzumaki family bloodline, and would say that is only the chain Kikigenkai. I don't think it's Kikigenkai, I think it's just because the Uzumaki's chakra. Anyway, Naruto, who again would notice that he might not be an Uzumaki if that's the case, would think that it might come from a different clan, and realize that if it is from another clan, he would have to find out. Continuing to fight, Naruto would be able to use hollow purple to completely erase all the matter of both the first and second Hokage, killing them instantly with their souls going back into the undead world. With Naruto finishing up with the first and second Hokage, he would go to help the third Hokage with his fight against Orochimaru. With Orochimaru on the run from the third Hokage's attacks, and with the incoming of Naruto, who we now knows that is very, very powerful to defeat both the first and second Hokage, as he has lost connection with the two undead people. He'd realize that he's at a massive disadvantage with knowing that Gaara is killed. He now doesn't have his secret weapons alive anymore and for his help, and would try to do a reverse summoning technique. But Naruto would not allow this, as he has done severe damage to his village that he will soon be running. Naruto would in an instant would go and grab Orochimaru before he can do a reverse summoning technique, and would again use, and it would now use Unlimited Void, his domain expansion. Naruto taking off his blindfold and showing his sky blue eyes, would say, domain expansion, Unlimited Void. With the Unlimited Void going into existence, Orochimaru would see everything and would understand that this is the peak of power. With Orochimaru's mind going blank, his mind would and all the neurons would die, basically making him a vegetable. With Orochimaru down for the count, the third Hokage alive and not dead in this, or having to use, or losing his arms or whatever, or using any, basically not being damaged whatsoever, Orochimaru's lackeys would stop the barrier that is around the third Hokage as well as Naruto, and would try to escape. Because of Naruto's 6 eyes, he would have already known where the people are and would instantly teleport to them, killing them all instantly. With Orochimaru now dead, Sasuke without a curse mark, the third Hokage alive, the village is in a much better state than it was before. After the Konoha crush, the third Hokage realizes that he is too old for this and would want to assign a new Hokage. Naruto, being as cheeky as he is, would say that he should just get the position, as he is obviously strong enough and obviously intelligent enough to do this. But Hiruzen would counter, saying that he doesn't have enough experience to become Hokage yet, and that he should become the 6th Hokage. With Hiruzen now knowing that who he wants to become the 5th Hokage, he would inform Jiraiya, who has now returned from the village after being on a mission, who had missed the Konoha crush, and inform him that he wants to have either him or Tsunade as the 5th Hokage. Jiraiya, of course, like the original, would decline the offer, saying that he is not a good fit to become Hokage, and would say that Tsunade would be a great fit after getting over her problems with the village and whatnot. The third Hokage would assign a mission for both Naruto and Jiraiya to go out and search for Tsunade and try to bring her back to the village. Jiraiya and Naruto would leaving the village in an hour's time. I would leave to go search for Tsunade after Jiraiya already has a tracking of where she is at that moment. After leaving the village, we see both Itachi and Kisame strolling into the village and being confronted by Asuma and Kurenai, as well as Kakashi, who later joined. Same in the original, Itachi would use his Tsukiyomi on Kakashi and would injure him, and a fight with Guy and Kisame would happen, with them trying to find where the Nine Tails is, as Itachi already knows that it is sealed in a jar from its chakra, and wanting to have the chakra, or the basically Jinchuriki, which would be the jar of sealing is what I'm going to call it. Being on the back front from having so many strong ninja, they would retreat, as they are not ready or not strong enough to fight all these strong ninja, as well as also having the third Hokage there to protect the Nine Tails chakra, or half the Nine Tails. With Itachi leaving and Sasuke not knowing that Itachi was even in the village, the same thing wouldn't happen with a rage-filled Sasuke trying to attack Itachi. Speaking of Sasuke would again have his inferiority complex, realizing that Naruto had effortlessly killed someone that he had struggled to even damage. With Kakashi beforehand, before he went to help intervene with Itachi, he would inform him that he will be training under him more often with Sakura, as Naruto will probably be going under an apprenticeship of Jiraiya, as Kakashi can't really teach anything to Naruto, but again, neither can Jiraiya. It's basically just Naruto trying to work on his own abilities from his dojutsu and Kekkei. Back with Naruto and Jiraiya, the same thing would happen with Naruto and Jiraiya trying to find where Tsunade is, and would find her in a bar. Walking into the bar, Tsunade would recognize who Jiraiya is, but not recognize who Naruto is, as Naruto doesn't have any distinguished features of Minato, who she had known before. Jiraiya would explain that they are in need of a 5th Hokage, and that she has been recommended for the title. Tsunade would say again that being Hokage is stupid, and why she would waste her life being the Hokage. Naruto would interfere, saying that she is just a coward for not wanting to be Hokage, and that being the Hokage means that you are the strongest, and then you should protect your people with all your might. With Tsunade thinking that Naruto is disrespecting her, which obviously he is, an argument would happen between them, just like in the original, and Naruto would challenge Tsunade to a fight. Going outside to the street, Tsunade, drunk, would underrest Naruto, thinking that he may be blind as well because he has a blindfold on. With Tsunade being cocky, she would say that she would only use one finger to beat Naruto, and Naruto being even cockier, saying that he won't use his arms at all and would only use his legs. With the fight now happening, Tsunade would rush towards Naruto, using the one finger to try and knock him out. Naruto, on the other hand, would stand still, ready to have her be shocked, not being able to touch him. Inches away, Tsunade would stop, as her finger cannot go any further, and she would ask if she was drunk and hallucinating that she can't touch Naruto. Naruto would tell her that it is a Kekkei, that nothing can touch him, and that he is technically invincible, as nothing in this world can damage him, and he can use unbelievably techniques offensively, saying that he is actually stronger than that he defeated both the 1st and 2nd Hokage when they are reanimated. Jiraiya telling Tsunade that this is true, she would be shocked at the fact that this boy, not even a middle-aged teenager, is strong enough to take on 2 Kages, even if they are suppressed in their reanimated bodies. With Tsunade not being persuaded by Orochimaru, as he is brain dead and not able to use any of his curse marks to revive himself in any other bodies, Naruto would give a talk no jutsu to Tsunade and persuade her to accept the position, so that after she is done with, as he says that she is old, and calls her his grandma now, as they now have a type of relationship like that, would tell her that he'll be taking her hat once he's got enough experience, and would run the village. Tsunade, taking that up, would then they would all head back to the village. With no fight actually happening with Orochimaru, like I just said, she would go back to the village, and new missions and normal missions of rebuilding the village and trying to get income for the village would happen all the same. In the office, because of the Chunin exams being invaded, and they would have to use the information that they got to decide who comes to Chunin in this version. Because of Naruto's extreme skills, and instead of becoming a Chunin, Naruto would become a special Jonin. Special meaning that he doesn't have enough experience, but he has enough skill to be a Jonin. She doesn't make him anything more than a Jonin, as there is no actual rank other than being like, a Sanin, but that was just the rank given to them by someone that they didn't even defeat. Anyway, Naruto would accept the Chunin vest, but wouldn't wear it, as he still has this, as he would be wearing the type of clothing as Gojo wears, as the same as his eye mask. Jiraiya would tell Tsunade that he would like to take Naruto under an apprenticeship, take him out of the village for 3 years. As Naruto is 13, so he'll be back when he is 16. As well as Naruto being appointed as a Jonin, both Sasuke would be appointed as a Chunin, as he had shown enough skill to be it, and because of the curse mark and wanting power, he wouldn't be a flight risk, as he is being tutored by Kakashi at an even greater extent, as Naruto didn't need any training during all the time that they were all together. Tsunade, however, would also see Sakura and would see that she has great chakra control, but is still a fangirl, and would beat it out of her so that she can become her successor of the healing techniques. I don't even remember what it's called. So with that finished up, we'll be going onto Naruto Shippuden. So with Naruto Shippuden, I would also say that in the Orochi Naruto, Sasuke wouldn't leave, so there wouldn't be that arc. So Naruto would just leave the village with Jiraiya. Jiraiya wouldn't, during those 3 years, wouldn't teach Naruto really anything, as there was really no possible way, as he doesn't have any chakra. Kakashi back at the village would basically only teach Sasuke, as Sasuke and his Sharingan would be able to evolve into a 3 Tomoe in both eyes, and would have been very efficient in using them, as well as using other techniques to help in his aid in killing Itachi from Kakashi. With Sasuke during that time being appointed as a Jonin of the village, and would assume the title of clan head. Sakura in this time would have been mentoring under Tsunade and would have learnt all her healing techniques. She would actually be stronger in this, as she would have had more determination to catch up with both Naruto and Sasuke, as they were both now leagues ahead of her. She would now be stronger than the original at the start of Shippuden. With Naruto not coming back to the village and being awarded of not a special Jonin, now a proper Jonin, we would go into the Kazekage rescue mission. During this time, Kankuro instead of Gaara would have been appointed as the Kazekage, as the village in the sand village. They appoint their Kazekages by a bloodline. So because Gaara now not being here, Kankuro would assume the title instead of Gaara or Temari. During the rescue arc, Shikaku has reformed in the sand desert instead of reforming near the Konoha, because of having the sand village or the sand or desert being its home and its chakra resonating there. With the sand village not wanting to have their Biju taken from them, as it would decrease their political and military value of the village, they would try to stop the Akatsuki duo, being Deidara and Sasori. During this time, Kankuro, being the Kazekage, would not win in this fight, and he would die, being the main fight between Sasori and Deidara. With Kankuro now dead, the only real person to take over the Kazekage title would be Temari. During this time, the Akatsuki would also take the one-tail Shikaku. With Konoha trying to aid Suna, as they had realized that they had been manipulated by Orochimaru, would send a team to help them. Being too late, as the fight was quicker than the original, they would not make it in time, as that entire arc type of thing wouldn't really happen, because they would all be gone by that time. With Lady Chiyo still being alive, but a lot of the village would be destroyed, and they would now only have Temari as the Kazekage. They would need to have her either marry someone or have children to help carry on this bloodline. Going back to the village, Naruto is there, not training, basically being a playboy, as he has grown to a very handsome person. With the village council wanting Naruto to make a clan in the village, and they would tell him of his heritage, being that Minato is his father, as they can see is that he is emotionally stable to handle this news, and he's also very powerful, being the strongest person in the village, being able to wipe out villages, as Jiraiya would say during his reports back to the village during his training with Naruto. During the training, I would like to classify on everything that Naruto has improved on. Naruto's hand-to-hand combat would be improved on dramatically, as he would have had Jiraiya to help train him in this. His overall skills would be absolutely, it would be massively increased. His cursed energy would begin to become larger, but that wouldn't even be a problem because of the 6 eyes. Naruto would as well learn the reverse curse technique, which would be able to heal himself during any unnecessary damage that he would take, even though no one in this verse can actually hurt him at this point. He would again be able to use this reverse technique that he can now heal other people, which would basically take Sakura's job as a healer, meaning that he is now the strongest person in the world and also the best healer in the world, being able to heal anybody as long as they're not dead. He would also improve on the Black Flash, being able to hit with more force and imbue more cursed power into the Black Flash. His limitless technique would be the same, as Naruto had already mastered it, being at the same level as Satoru Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen. His curse technique Lapis Blue would be improved, as well as the maximum curse energy output Blue, as well as both the curse technique Reversal Red and Hollow Purple. Hollow Purple would have been one of the biggest improvements of Naruto's skill set, as he is now able to completely wipe out mountains with ease using the technique, and be able to use this technique over and over again. With this technique, Naruto is also able to make the output even larger, being able to completely destroy a full village, in one easy step of just using this technique at maximum output. Unlimited Void, his domain expansion, would also be improved on, as he is now able to use it at multiple times a day because of his 6 eyes as well. So Naruto would be able to theoretically be stronger than the average Otsutsuki now. So we'll go into the Akatsuki suppression mission type of situation. With Naruto being assigned with Sasuke to go on a mission, as they are both now S rank class ninjas, to help in the defeat of the Akatsuki, sending them to defeat most of the Akatsuki, as Tsunade now knows that Naruto is way stronger than anybody on Earth and would easily be able to defeat the Akatsuki. With Sasuke improving a lot more than he would have in the original, because of having Kakashi as his only teacher, not having Kakashi really need to work on anybody else but Sasuke, as well as also having improvement help from the Hokage and other S-class ninjas in the village, and Jonins alike in the village. Naruto would be able to become much stronger and would be more on par with pre-Rinnegan Sasuke. So, going into the Akatsuki takeouts, Naruto and Sasuke would be able to go and easily kill Hidan and Kakuzu. That fight would be very quick, as Kakuzu and Hidan don't have any means to kill Naruto, as Hidan's main ability to kill someone using his blood technique, because he wouldn't be able to get any blood from Naruto, that technique is stupid. So it wouldn't really work on him, because he can't touch him, and would be killed in an instant using different techniques. I'm not going to go into the techniques. We'll just say that he just gets hollow rated and just splattered everywhere. Kakuzu would be taken on by Sasuke, with Sasuke being able to kill and destroy all of Kakuzu's hearts. Going on with Deidara and Sasori, Naruto and Sasuke would be able to easily defeat Deidara and Sasori with ease, with Naruto taking on Sasori, killing him easily, and watching Sasuke fight Deidara. Just like in the original, everything would go the same, with Deidara losing to Sasuke, and the massive explosion that Deidara would release would be stopped by Naruto's infinity, surrounding and teleporting Sasuke away. So out of the members so far the Akatsuki killed, which would be Kakuzu, Deidara, Sasori, and Hidan, with Sasuke saying that he wants to go and defeat Itachi as soon as possible, they would go and find Itachi, and then again the normal fight would happen. I would just like to inform you guys that Jiraiya would have told where all these members are because of his spy network, and would be able to locate them, as Itachi also wants Sasuke to kill him, for the whole reason that he did all this. Anyway, so with Sasuke going to face Itachi, they would be confronted by Kisame, and Kisame telling that Sasuke could go in, but Naruto can't. Kisame, who thought that Naruto was just another Jonin, not recognizing him by his blindfold, like all the other ninjas would have known him by, would want to fight Naruto. The whole fight would really be a one-sided battle again, with Naruto being able to easily clap Kisame. It's not even a fight. Naruto would just speed blitz him and just snap his neck. With them knowing that there was a lot of other people in the Akatsuki, they would want to get information from Itachi, as they know that he is someone who is in the inner links of the Akatsuki. With the fight with Sasuke and Itachi, it would go pretty much the exact same. With Itachi, who is blinded and sick, would lose to Sasuke. Sasuke would ask who is the main leader of the Akatsuki, and where can we find them. Itachi, with his last breath, would tell Sasuke that he is always proud of him, and that the leader is Pain, and would tell him that they are in the Rain Village. I think it's called the Rain Village. Anyway, during this time as well, the Akatsuki would have collected all the Biju except for the 8 and 9 tails, with them on the hunt to collect the 9 tails from the village. Out of all the Akatsuki now killed, is Sasori, Hidan, Kakazu. Orochimaru is now out of the Akatsuki and he is also brain dead. Deidara, Itachi, and Kisame. The remaining members are Nagato, Konan, and Obito, as well as Black Setsu and White Setsu. So here I'm going to leave this episode off and we'll go into the final moments of Shippuden. I would just like to say that you guys should subscribe to the channel and like this video and comment in the comments down below. Subscribing it's free, takes no time, and you'll be informed on new series and the ending of this series. So yeah, just hit that like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.